What up, guys? Back here again with another River Raid video, this one being for the ColecoVision. I'm going to just kind of hop in right away. So, I'm not sure that this would have been the legitimate ColecoVision experience. And the reason for that is I had to mess around with the emulator controls quite a bit, or the settings quite a bit, before I was happy with the game that I was playing. It sounds like the original ColecoVision could only handle like 4 on-screen sprites at once, maybe? And any more than that would result in some pretty heavy flickering. And I just... any chance I can get to get rid of sprite flicker, I'm going to take it, so I messed around with the emulator settings until this sprite flicker was gone. And I don't know how the original hardware would have handled that. I know in the emulator settings I had the option to like drop frames and it would reduce the flicker. But then the game was slower and less responsive in terms of controls. As it is, this is very responsive to how I'm handling it. Almost too responsive, so it takes some getting used to. This emulator also allows you to change these sound effects over to MIDI output, which probably would not sound very much like the original ColecoVision, but does sound better on the ears a little bit. But since this game is mostly just the sound of a jet engine and explosions, it's fine. You might notice this version has the tanks, which the Atari version did not. And the tanks will start shooting at this level. I also appreciate that this one actually tells you what bridge number you're on. I don't appreciate bends like that, where it's like, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get past that balloon. But that's a River Raid thing, so whatever. So yeah, yeah, that part there's pretty cheap. Yeah, and I don't know if the original hardware would have been dropping frames, making it like easier to maneuver, because then, you know, things aren't going as fast. There. Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Like, you could tell, whoa. The plane loves to swerve left and right. So I'm not sure if that's original settings. Oh my goodness. Should probably show you what it would be like with kind of a lower frame rate. Unfortunately, I don't own a ColecoVision, and the retro gaming scene is very much getting expensive at this point. It used to be you could find these things at a yard sale for like $5 kind of stuff. Like, well, nobody plays these games anymore. It's almost like people my age grew up, now have a lot more money than they used to, and are chasing their childhood. Yeah. Yeah, as I continue to play this, the controls do feel a little bit too loose. And that might be an emulator setting. So far, in terms of, you know, trying to play modern times, I really think it would be my fuel almost running out. Oh boy, that was not enough. The Atari 2600 version is probably going to remain my favorite. Yep, learning how to feel. I think that was my last life too, so 12 levels. It was pretty fun. Would have been a solid game back then. But yeah, I think the Atari 2600 version would be the one I would recommend checking out first if you have never played the game before. I'm going to go ahead and try, see if I do 75% frames. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm not noticing too much of a difference here. And I don't even remember... Oh, come to think of it. When I was getting really bad screen flicker was on the earlier version of this emulator. So it seems like the updated emulator has less sprite flicker. Would be curious, so this is maybe 75% the speed of what I was just playing. And I'm not sure if, you know, is this resulting in better controls? I'm not really sure. I seem to be doing okay. I have so little familiarity with the ColecoVision. I vaguely remember something about the Donkey Kong on the ColecoVision being like way superior or something weird like that. Which might be... Donkey Kong needs a whole series. It's such a weird game. History-wise, I should say. The game itself is actually very simple. Oops. But just weird things like... There's the original... I don't know why I'm talking about Donkey Kong in the Reverberate video, but... The original Donkey Kong was on the arcade and featured all of the levels. The classic one with throwing the barrels. And then there was the one with like the elevator things and the jack that's like falling down repeatedly. And then there was the, I was gonna say Pie Factory. I don't know if it really was a Pie Factory, if I just kind of filled in the blank there. And then the one where you remove the platforms and Donkey Kong falls. So obviously the arcade version had all of those. And then, you know, the Atari 2600 version removed some of those levels because it just couldn't handle them. But then, you know, why did the Nintendo version, the NES version, drop that? When Nintendo's the one who made the original game. And then, was that because of a cartridge limitation? Because, I don't know if you've noticed, but those early Nintendo games were really basic. And that had to do with the cartridges. Oops. You could fit basically more data on the later cartridges. So, you know, compare Super Mario 3, for example, to any of those early ones like Kung Fu or Donkey Kong. Like, why did you remove a level from Donkey Kong? It probably didn't actually have the memory for it. And you're like, how could you not have the memory for it when you can do Super Mario 3 with 8 worlds and, I don't know, 10 levels per world? You can't fit a Pie Factory or whatever. I think it's the Pie Factory that got dropped on the Nintendo version. Again, I don't know why I'm talking about Donkey Kong and River Raid video, but probably because that's the only thing that comes to my mind when I think of ColecoVision. I don't even think I knew anybody who owned a ColecoVision, but I do remember seeing like advertisements and things. Seem to be doing better. That was weird. I feel like my guy just went out of control. What the heck? He did it again. That was weird. It's like 2 times in a row my guy just went out of control and crashed into the wall for no reason. I wasn't even touching the D-pad like that. Oops. Yeah, so I was able to get farther with the lower frame rate. I think. Unless I remembered wrong. Wouldn't be surprising. Alright, I'm just kind of curious now. I'm just gonna, I don't think I'm gonna play all the way through, but what if I drop it down to, say, 50% frames? Yeah, I don't think this is working for me. The plane's a lot more unresponsive, more janky. Yeah, I'm gonna try, there's one more setting in between this one and the last one, so I'm gonna try that real quick. 65% instead of 75%. Just realized I don't know what the reset button is. Oops. Hardware reset. Let's try that. Okay. So let's just try the 65%. That seems pretty solid. I would do either 65% or 75%. Yeah, and I'd be curious if anybody else remembers how this game played out on original hardware. You know, was there a lot of flicker? Was, you know, what was the speed like? When I was playing at full 100% frame rates, was that, like, really fast? Yeah, this is pretty solid. 65%. Oh, see, you did that again, though. Something going on with the emulation input, something where I'm just crashing into the wall a lot. Anyway, just wanted to explore the ColecoVision version of River Raid a little bit. It's not bad. I do recommend starting off with the Atari 2600 version if you are curious about this game. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you later.